At a backyard barbecue, my grandma said loudly, "Your car loan's fully paid now. 12 grand is no joke, but you're worth it." I blinked. "Grandma, I don't even have a car." The table went quiet, and right then, my sister walked in holding her new keys. I didn't say a word. 2 hours later, I opened the loan app and saw that Grandma reached into her purse, pulled out a folder, and slid it across the table without looking at anyone. At 2 a.m., my phone lit up with messages from every family member. Part 1. It was supposed to be a casual afternoon: burgers, lemonade, folding chairs on a lawn that still smelled like fresh mulch, a backyard barbecue, nothing fancy. The kind of day where you show up with a six-pack and leave with mosquito bites and sunburn. I didn't expect anything dramatic. I came to support, to be present, maybe flip some hot dogs, laugh with the kids, disappear into the background like I usually do. I wasn't trying to make a statement, I just wanted to show up. Then Grandma spoke loudly, cheerfully, like she was offering a toast. "Your car loan's fully paid now. 12 grand is no joke, but you're worth it." The laughter around the table didn't stop, it paused. I blinked. "Grandma, I don't even have a car." Silence. She looked confused, then glanced to her left, just a flicker of panic. Right then, my sister walked in holding up a new set of keys like she had won the lottery. The fob dangled, chrome and red. She smiled like she hadn't heard a thing. No one said a word, not my mom, who had been slicing watermelon, not my dad, who stared down at his plate like it held answers, not even my cousin Andrew, who always joked about everything. Everyone just shifted. That's when I knew it wasn't an accident. I wasn't supposed to know, I wasn't supposed to ask. They opened the account under my name without consulting me, and they didn't think I'd notice, or they thought I'd swallow it like always, smile, nod, say I was glad she's happy, and hand over more. I didn't argue. I didn't confront. I just stood there, skin prickling under the summer sun, and sat back down like nothing had happened. 2 hours later, while everyone was inside, laughing at a TikTok on the big TV I bought last Christmas, I opened my loan app on my phone. Approved, $12,000 cleared in my name. I didn't say a word. My hands didn't shake, my jaw didn't tighten. I just closed the app, checked the date, screenshot the approval page. When I looked up, Grandma was walking toward me. No smile now. She didn't look at me, just reached into her purse and pulled out a thick yellow folder. She slid it across the table without a word, without a glance. Inside, printouts, contracts, dealership papers, all of it signed by me. Only, I never signed a thing. That night, at 2:03 a.m., my phone lit up with notifications, 13 messages, 5 missed calls, and a voicemail from my sister that started with, "Please don't do anything crazy, okay?" I didn't reply. I had already done something far worse than crazy, I had gone silent. The folder stayed on my kitchen counter for 3 days. I didn't touch it, not at first. I just let it sit there like some cursed relic, daring me to open it. On the third night, when I couldn't sleep, I finally did. That's when the pattern came into focus. It wasn't just the car, it was the utilities bill from last fall, the one my mom said was probably a glitch when I asked why I'd been charged twice. It was the second streaming service my dad didn't know I was still paying for, even though I removed their profiles months ago. It was the $500 school deposit my sister's kid needed just temporarily, except they never paid me back, never even brought it up again. I traced the dates, aligned the charges. Every single favor became a precedent, every dollar I covered became an expectation, and every silence, every time I didn't push back, became permission. I wasn't family, I was funding. I felt used, financially, emotionally, and the worst part? They knew it. Grandma's folder had the receipts, literal and figurative, dealership printouts, insurance plans, my financial details. Pages and pages of bold moves made with stolen trust and forged familiarity. I flipped to the last sheet and saw my own signature, photocopied from an old document I'd signed for a summer internship, sloppily traced onto a finance agreement. They hadn't even tried to hide it, because why would they? I was the reliable one, the quiet one, the one who wouldn't make a scene. The flashbacks came like wildfire, the birthday I wasn't invited to because the table only fit 10, but my bank statement showed a $600 charge for catering, the wedding where I paid for the floral arrangements and wasn't listed in the program, the group vacation where I covered the Airbnb and got a thank you text meant for someone else. Every memory rearranged itself in my head, not as isolated insults but as data points in a long, quiet betrayal. They didn't love me less, they just valued me for what I gave more than who I was. And I let them. I let them tell me I was lucky to be included. I let them laugh when I offered to help because helping was the only way they knew how to accept me. But now the truth was right there on paper. They had spent $12,000 under my name, bought a car, gave my sister the keys, smiled through it like it was a blessing because they assumed I'd do what I always did, pay, disappear, and wait for a scrap of gratitude that never came. But this time, they'd miscalculated. This time, I'd blinked and seen it all. That night, I logged into every bank account I owned, changed every password, froze every autopay, pulled my credit report, and then I called the dealership. "Hi," I said. "I think a car was purchased under my name without my consent." The guy on the phone got quiet, then asked, "Is your name Kevin?" I said, "Yes." And he sighed. "I figured you'd call," the dealership rep said. His voice had that customer service calm, but the edge underneath told me everything. He knew, not the details, not yet, but he'd seen the kind of disaster that came dressed up in family signatures. "You were technically the listed owner," he added. I didn't answer right away, I just stared at the folder Grandma had slid across the table like a courtroom verdict. I hadn't slept, my hands didn't shake, my jaw didn't clench. But everything inside me had gone razor sharp. I didn't want an apology, I wanted leverage, and I was done playing quiet. "You'll be picking the car up tonight," I said. Pause. "Yes, sir. I'll initiate repo protocol now." I hung up and opened my laptop. For the next 7 hours, I became what they feared most, the quiet one who finally made noise. You can click on share more to see if there is a part 2.